Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Wednesday, May 26th, at 3:26 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 737 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Transit employees among the 9 dead in shooting at San Jose rail yard. Naked woman tells cops boyfriend assaulted her, CA police say. It led to a shooting. COVID, Biden orders intelligence report on virus origin. Stephen Hawking's papers to be saved for the nation. German scientist believes he's found solution to blood clots linked to AstraZeneca, Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccines. The best beach towels that aren't totally boring. I compared Burger King's and McDonald's fried chicken sandwiches, and the best gives you more flavor for your money. A Montana tribal councilwoman was beaten and left for dead, family says. No one has been charged. Farmers buy a land, make can't buy shut Oregon irrigation canal. San Jose mass shooting, who is Samuel Cassidy? The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Villarreal vs Manchester United score, Live UEFA Europa League final updates as match heads to penalty kicks, CBS Sports. Baby squid and tardigrades are heading to space, CNN. Prosecutors investigating Trump tell witness to prepare for grand jury testimony, CNN. School of Rock drummer Kevin Clark killed by driver while biking, Rolling Stone. White House to face key decisions on climate, elder care if bipartisan deal with GOP emerges, Washington Post. Mickey Callaway banned until at least end of 2022 season, fired by Los Angeles Angels, ESPN. Texas lawmakers pass bill requiring national anthem to be played by pro sports teams, Fox News. Immunity to the coronavirus may persist for years, scientists find, the New York Times. San Jose VTA shooting kills 9, including employee who opened fire, KTVU San Francisco. How to hide likes on your Instagram posts, Lifehacker. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Woman who called cops on Blackbird watcher sues former employer. New super PAC to go after treason caucus Republicans who try to overturn election. Karine Jean-Pierre makes history as first openly gay woman to lead White House briefing. Kevin Clark, preteen drummer in School of Rock, dead at 32. Is this a turning point for Big Oil? He called FBI agents Nazis. The feds just arrested him for storming the Capitol. Fauci, booster shots will likely be needed but when remains unknown. Broadway's Tony Awards will take place this fall after COVID-19 delay. NJ educator who threw beer in transphobic viral video claims harassment. Kelly Clarkson will get Ellen DeGeneres slot and become daytime TV's new queen. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Man killed in MN crash identified. People killed in San Jose rail yard shooting. Woman wins $1 million on $20 lottery ticket. New sandbar sharks arrive at aquarium. Lightfoot introduces package of relief efforts. 2 men charged in connection to death of 18-YO. Police searching for missing woman. Tulsa race massacre marks dark chapter. 31 people arrested in undercover online child sex crimes operation. In his final days, boy shared his wish. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Space station may host wave of TV shows and films. Washington updates, Biden's ATF nominee faces Senate panel. Virus origins, San Jose, friends, your Wednesday evening briefing. John Warner, genteel senator from Virginia, dies at 94. Helicopter crash near Florida airport kills 4, officials say. James Bond, meet Jeff Bezos, Amazon makes $8.45 billion deal for MGM. Former Penn State president will serve 2 months in jail in child abuse scandal. Mickey Callaway placed on baseball's ineligible list. Modern Love podcast, meet cute at 0 years old. A culture of fear at the firm that manages Bill Gates' fortune. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Jackass producer Jeff Tremaine files for restraining order against Bam Margera. Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's alleged madam, is the subject of upcoming doc. Kelly Ripa's son Joaquin wears dad Mark Consula's tuxedo to prom. SI swimsuit model Camille Kostek says being separated from Rob Gronkowski keeps things hot and heavy. Mickelson tries to focus at Colonial after historic PGA win. Tennessee neighbors fly U.S. flag for ex-cop with Parkinson's thanks to Nextdoor app. NFL expects full stadiums this season, remains cautious. Nashville, Montreal out to avoid elimination in first round. Kansas mother convicted of murder after toddler's methadone overdose. 60 Minutes reporter frets anti-transgender groups will weaponize her own segment on detransitioners. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Wednesday, May 26th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Is Dogecoin a good investment? Expert suggests avoiding controversial cryptocurrency market. Charles Schwab Challenge preview, Colonial Country Club demands every part of your game, says CBS Sports' Amanda Bailey. Child tax credit, when will your first monthly check come? Southwest Airlines attendant loses 2 teeth, left bloodied in mid-flight attack by passenger, she just knocked her out. Marilyn Manson wanted on active arrest warrant for assault in New Hampshire. SEC football, CBS Sports announces 2021 schedule including Alabama at Florida on September 18th. Colonial Country Club, profile of Hogan's Alley, home of the horrible horseshoe. Mayweather vs. Paul, Showtime Sports announces broadcast team for June 6th event. Diaper debacle, families brace for price hike due to supply chain disruption. Champions League final, Christian Pulisic could be the difference for Chelsea against Manchester City, says Micah Richards. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. School of Rock child star Kevin Clark dead at 32, actor fatally hit by motorist in Chicago. Hancock brushes aside Dominic Cummings claims he is a serial liar who should have been sacked. Police respond to active shooter at California light rail yard. Real Madrid's Bernabeu Stadium on fire as Spanish giants C500 redevelopment work jeopardized. What is India's real COVID death toll? Experts say as many as 1.6 million people could have died. England players to continue taking the knee before games of the Euros. Long-lost family, man, 31, was left in public toilets near Wolverhampton Wanderers FC stadium. Friends returns for one night only, and it's great to see them again, writes Christopher Stevens. Friends reunion, critics slam bloated HBO special and banal James Corden. Guy Adams, how people power toppled the National Trust's Prince of Darkness. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News feed. George Floyd's murder launched a global movement. It also sparked a reactionary backlash. Assad's guaranteed election victory shows limits of U.S. policy on Syria. Photos, total lunar eclipse cast red hues over superflower blood moon. Influencers say they were offered money to discredit the Pfizer vaccine. In France, some suspect Russia is behind it. Charles R. Larson, pioneering scholar of African literature, dies at 83. UN calls for immediate release of Mali civilian leaders. COVID-19 live updates. Coronavirus booster shots are a strong possibility, Fauci says. 8 dead in shooting at rail yard serving Silicon Valley. Tensions rise in Baghdad after arrest of militia commander. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's US news feed. Villarreal beat Manchester United 11-10 on penalties to win Europa League, Live. US failing to offer Havana syndrome suffers adequate care, diplomats say, Live. Villarreal beat Manchester United 11-10 on penalties to win Europa League final. German scientists say they can help improve vaccines to prevent blood clots. Bill Gates' money manager created culture of fear for staff, says report. Stephen Hawking's office and archive gifted to UK to settle tax bill. Coronavirus live, Belgium limits J&J jab to over 41s, UK arrivals to France must quarantine due to India variant. San Jose shooting, at least 9 people dead at California rail yard, police say. More than 150 fear drowned in Nigeria boat disaster. Associated Press vows to defend staff against online attacks after Emily Wilder firing. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Man accused of 4 murders in South Carolina, Missouri appears in court. Co-workers of suspect among 8 shot to death at California transit facility. 8th news found at Amazon site despite additional security. In NY, vaccinated teens can enter raffle for free college. At least 2 Exxon board members lose seats in climate fight. U.S. embassies authorized to hang Black Lives Matter flags, banners by Blinken. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Galapagos tortoise found alive is from a species thought extinct since 1906. San Jose shooting, 8 killed in California rail yard shooting. Brad Pitt awarded joint custody of children with Angelina Jolie. Belarus plane, Lukashenko hits back at condemnation of journalists' arrest. Nigeria, many missing feared dead after boat sinks in Kebbi State. Swiss abandon years of EU talks and reject treaty. Shell, Netherlands court orders oil giant to cut emissions. Iran bans cryptocurrency mining for 4 months after blackouts. French films show far too much smoking, campaigners say. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Harris meets bipartisan lawmakers on broadband. Lori Vallow Day bail and husband Chad appear in court after murder charges in case of missing children found in Idaho. Iowa suspect blames mystery men for slaying. Horrific day for our city, at least 8 killed in shooting rampage at San Jose rail yard, gunman was VTA employee. Biden tells agencies to step up probe into coronavirus origins, William Shakespeare, first man to get vaccinated, dies, COVID-19 updates. Biden asks Intel team to probe COVID origins. SpaceX launches more broadband satellites. Bank CEOs grilled by senators from both sides. Hawaii eases rules for masks, allows ocean sports. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Second arrest made in suspected anti-Semitic attack at LA sushi restaurant. What we know about the gunman in San Jose mass shooting. Garcetti expected to be named ambassador to India, new reports say. Compton accuses L.A. County Sheriff's Department of ghost car patrol scam. L.A. County Sheriff's deputy charged with murder in fatal off-duty crash. Disneyland starts selling tickets to travelers from outside California. Photos, 9 confirmed dead, including gunman, in San Jose rail yard mass shooting. Drive-by shooting on 101 freeway injures driver, CHP says. Suspect arrested in Riverside freeway BB gun shootings. Reward in boy shooting death on freeway now totals $250,000. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Wednesday, May 26, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Irish government passes motion condemning Israel's de facto annexation of Palestinian land. Canada announces plans to land a rover on the moon. Qatar pledges $500 million for post-war construction in Gaza. Belarusian plane turns back after warning about French airspace. Iran is enriching uranium at levels only countries making bombs are reaching, UN's nuclear watchdog warns. Immunity to the coronavirus may persist for years, scientists find. Important immune cells survive in the bone marrow of people who are infected with the virus or were inoculated against it, new research suggests. Poland adopts ban on Belarusian airlines in its airspace. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken reiterates U.S. opposition to Israeli evictions of Palestinian families in Sheikh Jarrah. Niece of prominent UIR scholar confirmed to have died in Xinjiang internment camp. Mexico, builders bulldozing outskirts of Teotihuacan ruins. Belarus president calls backlash against plane incident a planned provocation. U.S. lifts missile restrictions on South Korea, ending range and warhead limits. Belarus threatens to flood Europe with migrants and drugs in response to sanctions. Shell order to reduce emissions by 45% by 2030 in landmark ruling. Tasmanian devils born on Australian mainland for first time in 3,000 years. The next headlines are from Forbes. Disneyland reopening 2 out-of-state guests June 15th. What does Amazon buying MGM mean for James Bond? Cuomo impeachment probe advances, 75 witnesses contacted, tens of thousands of documents reviewed. Ohio's $1 million lottery boosted vaccinations by 45%, governor says as more states follow suit. World number 1 Novak Djokovic can compete for major titles until he's 40, Jim Courier. Most Americans say it's time to cut $300 a week unemployment benefits, poll finds. Insurance unicorn Lemonade backtracks comments about its AI after accusations of discrimination. Broadway's Tony Awards are finally happening, behind a paywall. Dick's Sporting Goods reports blowout first quarter. Cane Vineyard and Winery in Napa Valley confronts loss and a future after fire. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Had COVID, you'll probably make antibodies for a lifetime. The COVID vaccine pioneer behind Southeast Asia's first Moderna shot. Silk Road becomes the one less traveled as China lures science talent home. Trip frequency is key ingredient in new law of human travel. 5 science stars making their mark in China. Limit on lab-grown human embryos dropped by stem cell body. Intercalated amygdala clusters orchestrate a switch in fear state. Ancient seeds spill secrets about the evolution of flowering plants. Swarm learning for decentralized and confidential clinical machine learning. A 10% increase in global land evapotranspiration from 2003 to 2019. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,707,683,052 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Arthur Gunn breaks silence on American Idol finale no-show. Aaron Taylor Johnson to play Marvel's Kraven the Hunter for Sony Pictures. Kevin Clark, who played the kid drummer in School of Rock, dies at 32. Is MGM film chief Mike DeLuca primed for big Amazon gig? High on the Hog producers on how their all-black creative team told the story of African-American food. Music industry moves. 42 Doug inks with Warner Chappell, Nesmaz appeal partners with The Orchard. Motion Picture Academy to reduce new membership by half in 2021. Parker Posey joins Colin Firth and Tony Collette in Michael Peterson limited series The Staircase at HBO Max. This 8-day-long clubhouse room for Israelis and Palestinians is the 12-step program the conflict needs, guest column. Instagram and Facebook's first Creator Week to feature JoJo Siwa, Saidi, 50 Cent and more. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Biden asks U.S. Intel to push for stronger conclusions on the coronavirus origins. What Russia stands to gain by backing Belarus. Americans strongly support trans rights, in some cases. A tiny fund has scored a historic win against ExxonMobil over the future of oil. Central Park exonerated 5-member reflects on freedom and forgiveness. Syrian election shows the extent of Assad's power. Howard University names its Fine Arts College for Chadwick Boseman. Karine Jean-Pierre is the first black woman in decades to brief White House press. 8 people were killed in a shooting at a San Jose, California, rail yard. Opioid trial in West Virginia comes amid a national reckoning for Big Pharma. The following headlines are from The Week. Karine Jean-Pierre becomes the second black woman to lead a White House press briefing. Susan Collins to support breaking January 6th Commission filibuster. Beware the Capitol riot overreach. Dave Bautista dreams of playing Ernest Hemingway. Ariana Grande channeled Audrey Hepburn for her at-home wedding. 8 killed in shooting at San Jose rail yard. Brad Pitt tentatively wins joint custody of children with Angelina Jolie. Biden gives U.S. intelligence community 90 days to report on COVID-19 origin theories. Howard University unveils the Chadwick A. Boseman College of Fine Arts. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. The Western's long glorification of oppression. As homeless camping drama rages, protesters camp outside Austin City Hall. The next headlines are from Physics Buzz News. Dune and the neutrino mass hierarchy problem. The next headlines are from Universe Today. The elements for life depend on both how and where a planet forms. What happened moments after the Big Bang? Amazing views of Wednesday morning's total lunar eclipse. Record-setting astronaut Peggy Whitson will command private space mission. These are the news headlines for today, Wednesday, May 26th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. See it, this week's lunar eclipse photos. Thursday liftoff for 36 OneWeb Internet satellites. Arctic sea ice succumbs to Atlantification. Say hello to the world's biggest iceberg. Best Milky Way picks of 2021. What is lunar libration? Total eclipse of 2021's closest supermoon on May 26. John F. Kennedy commits U.S. to a moon landing. Alien stars found in our Milky Way. Clouds that look like waves in the sky. The next news is from Politico. Lukashenko defends Ryanair grounding that upends European air traffic rules. European Commission, AstraZeneca fire shots in court. George Floyd's murder transformed America. Dutch court orders Shell to cut emissions 45% by 2030. Johnson's former top aide delivers devastating critique of UK coronavirus failures. GOP imperils bipartisan plan to confront China. Warren calls for overdraft fee crackdown after blasting Dimon. Obama says institutional constraints kept him from talking about certain killings while president. Jennifer Granholm sells holdings in electric bus maker after Republican criticisms. Collins races to save January 6 commission from filibuster. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Race-by-race tips and preview for Gosford on Thursday. Australian News Live, state health officials debate further restrictions as Victoria braces for more COVID-19 cases. Victoria COVID Live updates, Melbourne braces for lockdown as health officials await overnight case numbers. More than 100 missing, fear dead after Nigerian boat sinks. Debt collectors chasing close to $150,000 in unpaid WA hotel quarantine bills. Taxpayers could be slogged $10 million after Pindon collapse. Dangerous precedent, Subiaco residents fired up over 6-story apartments. How WA boy in child protections care raped other teens on government's watch. Villarreal beat United in epic shootout to win Europa League final. How to grow an orange tree no matter the size of your space. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Earnings results, Nvidia sales hit records again amid chip shortage, and earnings outlook suggests more to come. The ratings game, Shake Shack may take time to recover from COVID, but Goldman Sachs is confident there's growth ahead. The margin, Ohio sees COVID vaccination rates soar 45% since announcing Vax-A-Million lottery. Bond report, yield for 10-year U.S. government debt snaps 4-day skid but Treasury rates mostly hold ground near 3-week lows. The Wall Street Journal, Google strikes deal with HCA Healthcare to mine patient records to develop algorithms. Market Extra, Bitcoin no longer fringe asset, stock market volatility rises after crypto's extreme moves, study says. One Illinois McDonald's is giving away iPhones to new hires. Stockwatch, Intel versus AMD, should you buy either stock now? Retail traders keep meme stocks short squeezed for third straight day. Capitol Report, Harris meets with lawmakers on broadband as Republicans prepare new infrastructure plan. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Cade Museum goes to Capitol Hill with State of Innovation exhibit, Alachua Chronicle. Non-practicing entities target electronic health records apps in patent litigation, J.D. Supra. Alvedech challenges Advi on U.S. Humira exclusivity, Bioprocess Insider. Cleveland Clinic appoints D. Jeffrey Vins, Ph.D., Executive Director of Cleveland Clinic Innovations, Health Essentials from Cleveland Clinic. Feature, first patent holder witnesses China's IP progress, Big News Network. TRIPS IP waiver could establish dangerous precedent for climate change and other biotech sectors, IPWatchdog.com. COVID vaccines are a modern miracle, we might not have them without these protections, Kaig. Mark York, The Office actor who played Billy Merchant, dies at 55, WCBD News 2. Unilever patents teeth whitening kit with photosensitizer film and actinic light sourced, cosmeticsdesigneurope.com. Cambridge plays key role in global tech transfer drive. Business Weekly. The next headlines are from Quartz. The 20-word clause that exposed Amazon to an antitrust lawsuit. The U.S. labor shortage is about to create a big problem for retailers. Can Uber lure back its U.S. drivers without making them full-time employees? Cicadas. A drive in neutral. The U.S. entry in the Venice Architecture Biennale shuns grandiose buildings and architects. Amazon's MGM deal could elevate, or ruin, a historic film catalog. What will we wear when we return to the office? The dream to turn Britain into Singapore on Thames is dead. Dear India, here's how to cope with a censored internet, Zoxo China. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Upload filters will always be a bad idea, but Germany's new implementation of Article 17 is an attempt to provide some protection for users, which others may follow. F tells court defendants must be allowed to examine the DNA software used to convict them. Babies and bathwater, WSJ suggests banning cryptocurrency entirely to stop ransomware. Daily Deal, the ultimate 2021 White Hat Hacker Bundle. D.C. Court says recordings of Capitol rioters must be made public, but only on a case-by-case basis. 27 right to repair laws proposed this year. Giants like Apple have ensured none have passed so far. Crime reporting app Citizen apparently attempting to get into the law enforcement business. Getting absurd, Twitch creates a hot tub channel, says it should have communicated with streamers about a monetization. Employees are feeling burned over broken work-from-home promises as employers try to bring them back to the office. TechDirt Podcast Episode 284, How to Think About Cybersecurity. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Stevie Nicks. Adam Vinatieri. Irina Shayk. The Tomorrow War. BTS McDonald's. Severe thunderstorm watch. Julius Randle. Miles Teller. San Jose shooting. MGM. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Villarreal beat Man UTD to win Europa League in incredible penalty shootout as goalkeeper Lagi misses decisive spot kick. Federal judge accepts Steve Bannon pardon, but will the state court let him walk? Anti-Trump crowd demands blood. Hard as nails, Villarreal star Foyth impresses fans by playing on after nasty Europa League final collision with Pogba video. MyPillow founder and wannabe governor gets 86th from Republican convention after vowing to challenge AZ and GACOPS on voter fraud. Real Madrid's Bernabeu Stadium catches fire as fans fear for iconic stadium undergoing $1 billion revamp, video. More than 130 people reported missing in Nigeria after boat sank as it broke apart in storm. On the prize, Conor McGregor hints at prediction for Dustin Poirier trilogy as he readies himself for July fight. Putin, mandatory vaccination inappropriate and cannot be introduced in Russia. Zlatan escapes 3-year ban but hit with $60,000 fine by UEFA for gambling firm role. Biden gives intel agencies 90 days to pinpoint COVID origins, after report he torpedoed Trump-era probe of Wuhan lab leak theory. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Saint Greta speaks. Rescue operation underway, boat with 200 passengers sinks in Nigeria. Don't you live in the ghetto? Bill Gates ignored complaints about top money managers' racist, sexist behavior. Crypto is here to stay. Carl Icahn wants up to $1.5 billion in crypto exposure, prefers Ethereum. Refunding the police, major cities backtrack on police budget cuts after crime surges. Johns Hopkins prof, half of Americans have natural immunity, dismissing it as biggest failure of medical leadership. Small cap surge amid massive short squeeze, dollar dead cat bounces. U.S. troops will be out of Afghanistan by July, Pentagon officials. Change is coming, engine number 1 wins 2x on board seats. Suddenly the market no longer sees Jackson Hole as Taper D-Day. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. World's largest gaming service Twitch adds transgender tag. Villarreal beat Man UTD in dramatic shootout to win Europa League. Advocates demand Facebook end blatant Palestinian censorship. U.S. judge rejects Bayer's $2 billion deal to resolve future Roundup suits. Blinken claims progress in effort to boost Israel-Hamas truce. Biden orders review of U.S. intel on origins of coronavirus. Will U.S. restrictions on Ethiopia bring an end to Tigray violence? Qatar pledges $500 for Gaza reconstruction. Another candidate assassinated in Mexico ahead of June 6 vote. Exxon investor scores historic climate win with 2 board seats. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Exclusive, West Texas migrant detention center at 700% COVID security capacity. Ann Coulter, Florida woman saner than media. Former Attorney General Bill Barr, indoctrination in state-run schools may be unconstitutional. Report, then VP Joe Biden met with Hunter Biden's foreign business associates. Report, China using AI emotion detection software on Uyghurs. Sanctuary City for Unborn initiative spreads, Lebanon, Ohio 29th city to outlaw abortion. Several Republicans demand Anthony Fauci's firing over flip-flopping on Wuhan lab funding. Exclusive, Mexican immigration official named in cartel probe seeks political office. Alleged San Jose gunman identified as 57-year-old maintenance worker Samuel Cassidy. Taliban, apparently preparing for takeover, vows safety for foreign diplomats. The next headlines are from UPI News. South Carolina man's dream inspires purchase of $300,000 lottery ticket. Watch, rare piebald squirrel spotted in Colorado tree. Watch, mystery chunk of ice crashes through Wisconsin family's roof. Message in a bottle found after 10 years in Russia. Watch, 7 bears crash high school pool party in Tennessee. Look, parachutist suspended from power lines rescued in California. Look, alligator swam to Texas beach from Louisiana. Watch, mountain lion crashes through window into California home. Helping a neighbor with car trouble leads man to $100,000 lottery prize. Watch, Virginia dad invents spittle-free way to blow out birthday candles. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. May is asparagus month and you should celebrate. These 10 plants will get rid of mosquitoes this summer. 5 facts you didn't know about playing golf. How do you open an online casino account? The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Stunning photos of this morning's superflower blood moon eclipse, look. Woman who tossed out $1 million lottery ticket gets her winnings thanks to store owners. Huge surprise as giant river otter thought extinct in Argentina pops up in river. Breaking, 100-year-old Galapagos giant tortoise found on Fernandina Island is indeed member of extinct species. Dad rallies celebrities to offer life lessons to COVID-year seniors in Denver, see the great gift for free. Limb different gamer wins confidence, and fans, with bionic arm, after a rough time in school. 10 ducklings follow mom through elementary school continuing a 20-year tradition, watch. English footballer Marcus Rashford donates millions for child poverty, becomes youngest ever to top giving list. 60+ major companies sign radical deal to dramatically reduce plastic waste in just 4 years. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Wednesday, May 26th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Rapper dies during bisexual three-way. He jumped off a balcony to hide from his wife. New Era Arizona Diamondbacks local market cap with burrito criticized, pulled from site. Indians pitcher breaks his thumb after aggressively removing his shirt. Cedar City family upset after school removes daughter's graduation cap with Native American symbols. Missing man found dead inside Spanish dinosaur statue. Hundreds in California line up for blooming corpse flower. Councilman launched year-long vendetta against barbecue joint. AI emotion detection software tested on new hires. Thai girl plays for animals in deserted zoo. Deputies investigate incident involving goats, glitter at local high school. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Review: Demio is the tabletop RPG experience VR gamers have been waiting for. Buying an EV isn't just a purchase, it's a lifestyle choice. This AI startup is putting a fleet of airplanes in the sky without human pilots. TikTok is now tagging dangerous self-driving videos, but it's not enough. This Luminar 4 bundle unleashes AI to brilliantly edit images automatically in seconds. Zoom's new AI will highlight the best bits of meetings for you. Zoom now supports the iPad Pro's new center stage function. Tesla is removing radar from autopilot, and it makes absolutely no sense. Sidewalk Labs can help you find empty parking spots downtown in real time. Sweet Gaming Cthulhu, Valve's working on a handheld gaming PC. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Salmon virus originally from the Atlantic, spread to wild Pacific salmon from farms. Study of promising photovoltaic material leads to discovery of a new state of matter. Study finds ongoing evolution in Tasmanian devil's response to transmissible cancer. Salmonella use intestinal epithelial cells to colonize the gut. Scientists find solution to measure harmful plastic particles in human sewage. Stormwater could be a large source of microplastics and rubber fragments to waterways. Geological riddle solved, roof of the world has gotten higher. Good bacteria can temper chemotherapy side effects. People who eat a plant-based dinner could reduce their risk of heart disease by 10%. Scent trails could boost elephant conservation. The next headlines are from Information Week. How SolarWinds changed cybersecurity leadership's priorities. How SEOs can advance company sustainability goals. Return to office risks worth considering. How IT corrected business blind spots during the pandemic. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Wednesday, May 26th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA sets coverage, invites public to virtually join next cargo launch. NASA to brief President's fiscal year 2022 funding request for agency. El nuevo reto estudiantil de la NASA ofrece un desarrollo tecnológico práctico. New NASA Student Challenge offers hands-on tech development. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Man accused of trying to kidnap a girl from an Ogden school playground. Jackson Dart rose from unknown to star QB at Corner Canyon. He's now the Gatorade National Player of the Year. Mormon land, religious scholar explains why the church should stick with the word Mormon. Missed the super flower blood moon and eclipse? Check out our photos here. Frank Fish, greed and plutocracy are destroying America. An early look at the 2021 Bayou football season and what's expected of the Cougars. Another 268 cases of COVID-19 in Utah, and no new deaths. We are friends and we are neighbors. Utah's Jewish, Muslim communities unite against antisemitism, Islamophobia. Charles M. Blow, white troopers policing black bodies in Louisiana. Joe Ingles says Utah Jazz aren't feeling pressure, they just expect to play better in Game 2 versus Grizzlies tonight. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Comcast subscriber receives DMCA notice for downloading Ubuntu. Facebook board rejects proposals to curb Zuckerberg's power. Scammy iOS app discovered that refuses to open unless you give it a good review. EU set to open antitrust probe into Facebook's classified ads business. Will we ever understand black holes? EU guidelines target tech giants over Monet easing disinformation. Google to use patient data to develop healthcare algorithms for hospital chain. Russia raises heat on Twitter, Google and Facebook in online crackdown. USB-C power upgrade delivers a whopping 240W for gaming laptops and other devices. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Action needed now to prevent a summer spike in local COVID cases. Top aide to former Illinois Speaker Michael Madigan indicted. Missouri Department of Corrections officers receiving increase in pay. Second suspect charged in CWE murder of father and daughter. Worker shoots and kills aide at rail yard in San Jose, California. Biden gives U.S. intel officials 90 days to investigate origins of COVID. Memorial Day weekend events in St. Louis. Mom scolds Cardinals reliever after losing composure. Storms could turn severe Thursday afternoon and evening. Medics rush to help after North St. Louis car fire. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. What the hell is wrong with us? Officials react to San Jose shooting. Disneyland to welcome out-of-state visitors starting June 15th. Major Japan newspaper calls for cancellation of Tokyo Olympics. Amazon to buy MGM, the studio behind James Bond, Shark Tank. San Diego Unified expands free summer program for all students. Police ask for help finding missing 12-year-old girl. Navy man makes surprise homecoming at son's baseball game. Ocean Beach Pier to partially reopen Friday. Big Bay Boom returns live this 4th of July. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. Schools using spy software to pick up online bullying. DC Comics to publish sequel to Pennyworth TV show as comic. Tesla bows to pressure, announces user data to be stored in China. 2022 Genesis G90 captured in spy photos. Sis, Season 18, Episode 16, Rule 91 recap and spoilers. Why stock market gains are likely to slow as economy reopens. Vodafone Curve, a GPS tracker with some brilliant smart features. The fiery jungle outside the Mossad is just as challenging. Strava is an accurate GPS tracking app with plenty of social features. Tractive raises $35 million as it brings world's most trusted GPS tracker for dogs and cats to the U.S. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Russia develops new single-engine fighter aircraft. Textron Systems shares new video of next-gen squad automatic weapons. U.S. Navy awards contract to Huntington Ingalls for REMUS 300 unmanned underwater vehicle. Philippines confirms buying 6 T-129 attack helicopters. U.S. Air Force B-52H bombers wraps up target training over Black Sea. Ukrainian military holds first round of armed ground robots demo. U.S. Army develops autonomous military robotic legged platforms. U.S. Army opens Patriot missile storage facility in Japan. U.S. Army awards Leidos $34 million for reconnaissance systems. U.S. Army orders more GPS guidance kits for artillery projectiles. The next headlines are from SUP China. Top news about China. Escaped circus tiger shot dead in Henan after killing handler. When China's nationalist government lost Shanghai. Scientists reconsider accidental lab leak theory as COVID-19 origins remain unclear. Dispatch from Shenzhen, China's booming drone industry. John Cena wants Chinese fans to forgive his Taiwan blunder and go watch his new movie. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Wednesday, May 26, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. How to help victims of VTA mass shooting in San Jose. VICL will honor victims killed in San Jose mass shooting. Warning signs, the questions San Jose shooting response. Photo gallery, 8 killed in mass shooting at San Jose VTA rail yard. Timeline, recent mass shootings in the Bay Area. Suspect in San Jose mass shooting was VTA worker. Suspicious San Jose house fire may be connected to shooting. Hive updates. Biden orders flag lowered to have staff to honor San Jose shooting victims. Reactions pour in following San Jose mass shooting. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Developer filing plan for townhouses, apartments at Bell Works in Hoffman Estates. Demolition begins to make way for new Helen Plum Library in Lombard. Bill would provide terminally ill prisoners another path for release. Area tourism boards team up for summer campaign. St. Charles Fine Art Show will return this weekend. Senate passes bill to create housing program for mentally ill, substance abusers. Worker dies in fall at Antioch warehouse. Former Madigan Chief of Staff indicted. Horsemen call on Illinois Attorney General to launch antitrust probe of Churchill Downs. COVID-19 update, 59,494 more shots, 27 more deaths, 1,139 new cases. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. New gates in SeaTac Airport's renovated North Satellite open for passengers ahead of Memorial Day. Chinook and Cayuse passes through Mount Rainier National Park to reopen this week. Seattle City Council approves bill to move 911 dispatch out of the Seattle Police Department. Northwest Folklife turns 50, a look back on Seattle's iconic festival. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Red alert for Tropical Cyclone YAAS-21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 1.233 million. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for Fuego in Guatemala. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for Nyiragongo in Dr. Congo. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for Great Sitkin in United States. Drought is ongoing in Azerbaijan, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Libya, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Wednesday, May 26th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cipher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. What a future Russia house must look like. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. The price of illegal dumping going up in Houston, now up to $4,000. Mom seeking ride to bail son out finds his girlfriend's body, HPD investigators say. Michael Strahan, GMA help Chicago area couple celebrate dream wedding at Navy Pier. Disneyland to allow out-of-state visitors starting June 15th. Everything to know about new Cruella film, release date, cast and more. Live 8 killed in San Jose rail yard shooting, shooter identified. MD Anderson Blood Bank experiencing critical blood shortage. Karine Jean-Pierre becomes first openly gay woman, second black woman to give White House press briefing. Launchpad on Disney Plus promotes diversity, gives new filmmakers a voice. One woman killed, 2 others injured during shooting in North Houston, HPD says. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Colts welcome Wentz with open arms as workouts wind down. Yankees Kluber out at least 2 months, Voit also to IL. Callaway banned through at least 2022 after harassment probe. GOP senators set summer deadline on Congress policing bill. Former Saints coach J.D. Roberts dies, picked Archie Manning. Auto racing, crown jewel races arrive for NASCAR, IndyCar. NBC hopes for more IndyCar as contract comes to an end. Osaka says she won't do news conferences at French Open. Probe finds no intentional act to derail sex abuse vote. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. How to watch the Republican mayoral debate. Thousands of New Yorkers mark 1-year anniversary of George Floyd's death. The NYPD's new chief of department launches listening tour with city youth. Plan your visit to Craft Front and Center, the Museum of Arts and Design's new major exhibition. Civil rights monitors brace for encounters with the NYPD as demonstrators across the city march in memory of George Floyd. Critics claim MTA survey, used to justify more police, overplayed riders' fears. Extra extra, Derek Jeter fixed up this NY castle and now you can buy it. State Board of Elections approved software to tabulate ranked choice primary results. Data Watch, where mayoral candidates are getting their money and how they're spending it. Calls grow in NY to fully outlaw tobacco, as federal menthol ban looms. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. 5 things you should know about ICAO, the UN Aviation Agency. Indonesia's climate villages where communities work together to mitigate climate change. During relative calm, growing humanitarian suffering in Syria, a tragic irony. People power, why mobilizations matter even in a pandemic. How the U.S. is obstructing Security Council resolutions on Palestine. Tools to protect civilians in conflict exist, but not the will to apply them, Lowcock tells Security Council. Somali leaders walk back from the brink, resume talks on critical elections. India's second COVID-19 wave shatters livelihood hopes of poor migrant laborers. Belarus, UN Human Rights Office calls for immediate release of Roman Protasevich. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Senate preparing $10 billion bailout fund for Jeff Bezos' space firm. Sweden goes from being one of the safest countries in Europe to the second most dangerous. $3 billion of taxpayer money to be used on ad campaign to increase vaccine uptake. How police sanitize tasing people, officer used his conducted energy weapon. U.S. Congressman seeks full audit of America's gold reserves. I don't know of a bigger story in the world right now than ivermectin, NY Times best-selling author. New report and scorecard shows which retailers are using facial recognition on shoppers, employees. Bloomberg's gun control push, his news site and the Chinese Communist Party. 34th candidate assassinated in Mexico ahead of June 6 vote. Report, leaks show mystery disease outbreak at Wuhan lab in 2019. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. No, this is not a photo of Biden's ATF nominee David Chipman at Waco. Biden orders more intel investigation of COVID-19 origin. Could China's Three Gorges Dam slow rotation of Earth? Religious artifacts return to Thailand after decades. Is Corcoran, California, sinking? Grammys change rules for Album of the Year award. Plane lands safely on Sydney Beach after engine fails. Jeff Bezos says will pass baton to new Amazon CEO on July 5. 8 dead in shooting at rail yard serving Silicon Valley. Official, multiple deaths in shooting at San Jose rail yard. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Vaccine ingredient SM-102 is safe. Insurance companies provide coverage after COVID-19 vaccination. China closes gap with US on R&D investments, but hasn't caught up. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Molly Tippett's accused killer, armed, masked men put her body in my trunk. Bomb threat that justified Belarus hijacking came 24 minutes after. Podcaster Sophia Franklin loses advertisers after foul-mouthed attack on Disney star who didn't answer her DM. Queen was gobsmacked over Prince Harry and Oprah Winfrey's mental health series. I wish all of my t-shirts were as good as this one. Fox News expert somehow ties San Jose mass shooting to vaccines. The Tony Awards will finally happen, just after Broadway reopens. Illinois mom vanished in 1982, now cops are digging up her son's backyard. The one where the Friends reunion is a disaster. Abercrombie has made a comeback and these shorts are leading the charge. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Here are the best deals from the Nordstrom half-yearly sale 2021. Warriors Draymond Green comes for Reggie Miller over groin kick and comment. Shaws of Sunset star Mike Showalter finally owns up to sexting drama. Tennessee woman sped through vaccine tent in protest, cops say. State guidance on making kids mask in summer camps remains utterly idiotic. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. What echoing radio waves taught us about Venus. If a satellite falls on your house, space law protects you. When will the first baby be born in space? Snapshot evidence of recent explosive volcanism on Mars. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Rare superflower blood moon lunar eclipse captured in photos. Tasmanian devils born in the wild in Australia in historic comeback. Galapagos tortoise found alive from species thought to be extinct. Blind man's vision partially restored with new gene therapy. NASA traces source of fast radio bursts sending signals to Earth. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Real Milli Vanilli singer John Davis dies of COVID-19. NY Assemblyman Lavigne defends contract and brief update on Cuomo impeachment probe. San Jose's massacre was nation's 232nd mass shooting this year. NYC mayoral candidate Diane Morales got property tax exemption, but was she eligible? No changes for Cuomo amid scandals and sexual harassment allegations, calls ethics panel meaningless. De Blasio names new chief lawyer for NYC, Georgia Pistona becomes first woman to hold the job. NY to raffle 50 full scholarships to state schools for teens who get vaccinated against COVID. 150 people fear dead after overloaded boat sinks in Nigeria. Former A2 Boris Johnson excoriates the UK government's handling of COVID-19. NYC mayoral candidate Maya Wiley stands by call for Scott Stringer to drop out of race. The following headlines are from military.com. Naval Academy needs to better track its support for sexual assault victims, IG finds. Taliban warns departing U.S. against new bases in region. Navy carrier Reagan will head to Middle East to cover Afghan withdrawal, report. Judge, Vietnam veteran charged with bringing guns to D.C. had militia ties. A flying car could be the Air Force's next medevac transport. New bill would give hiring preference to the children of fallen troops. Despite transparency pledge, Pentagon still won't get specific on combat troop numbers. U.S. military bases announce new travel restrictions as Japan's COVID-19 cases hit record high. Former Navy Secretary and VA Senator John Warner dies at 94. Face-to-face, June summit for Biden, Putin as tensions rise. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Vote blocked on renaming Chicago's Lakeshore Drive for Black explorer Jean-Baptiste Point Disable. Woman, 41, found in parked Cadillac in Lakeview identified, died of multiple gunshot wounds, officials say. The Spin, planned to rename Lakeshore Drive for disabled stalls in City Council. Pritzker nudges State Senate on weed equity bill. Lightfoot says city's beaches to reopen. Chicago police announce new policy on foot pursuits in wake of fatal shootings of Adam Toledo and Anthony Alvarez. Mayor Lori Lightfoot proposes help for Chicago businesses, would include cap on third-party delivery fees and end alcohol sales at liquor stores after 10 p.m. Those who took a leap of faith on solar power anxiously await passage of a bill that could determine the future of renewable energy in Illinois. Chicago Pride Parade set to return October 3 following 2020 COVID-19 cancellation. Kevin Clark, School of Rock actor and drummer, killed riding bicycle in Avondale, according to cops and bandmate. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, half of Cook County's suburban mass vaccination sites closing permanently, 1,139 new COVID-19 cases and 27 deaths reported Wednesday. Excavation work continues in backyard of Northbrook home after tip in missing person cold case. The following headlines are from FIS.org. People prefer natural strategies to reduce atmospheric carbon. Widespread coral algae symbioses endured historical climate changes. Grocery taxes put low-income families at risk for food insecurity. GM's newest vehicle, off-road, self-driving rover for Moon. Few public sector employees can contribute significantly to reaching sustainability goals. No good decisions without good data, climate, policymaking, the critical role of science. A new gold standard compound for generating electricity from heat. Adult roles build skills for children of lagging sign microants. How antibiotic-filled poop helps best bug beetles stay healthy. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Wednesday, May 26th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Madigan's ex-chief of staff indicted for lying to grand jury. Mississippi City honors freedom rider legacy 60 years later. Washington State says no heart inflammation cases definitively linked to COVID-19 vaccines. Sykes walk-off single caps TCU's comeback win over K-State. Justice Department refocuses long-standing anti-violence program. Indians or HP Plesak avoids needing surgery after shirt mishap. Updating, Seattle area restaurants offering takeout, delivery service during the coronavirus pandemic. Chicago unveils foot chase policy following police shootings. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Berkeley's Cupcake and Bake Shop is coming to Walnut Creek. Sponsored, is social CBD legit? Steve Kerr admits he cannot stop thinking about Klay Thompson's return. Travels with Aaron and Shailene, Rogers and Woodley show their soulmate love in Hawaii. Good news from San Jose City Hall's Falcon Nest. Tech company's Silicon Valley HQ site is grabbed by big developer. SF Giants join other California teams, set date to open Oracle Park at full capacity. Oakland tenants file 5 lawsuits against landlord, alleging harassment to force them out. President Biden's statement on the VTA mass shooting in San Jose. Bezos to step down as Amazon CEO on July 5th. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Letitia James, New York AG, taints case with well-documented anti-Trump bias. Lemon switches message from stay home to get out in public. China continues proliferation of nuclear tech, missiles, report. Nicole Hannah-Jones, 1619 project journalist, untenure resubmitted. Hill fights Stymie's drive to monitor Chinese money in U.S. universities. 60 Minutes hit with backlash from LGBTQ advocates for detransition report. Inside the Beltway, every town is now a border town. Inside the ring, Biden team shuts down State Department's COVID-19 probe. Senate Democrat poised to strip tax credits for oil and natural gas in a party line vote. First sports book at major pro sports arena opens in Washington. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Israeli police target Palestinian journalists at Al-Aqsa Mosque. Understanding the history of Black Rebellion. Senate preparing $10 billion bailout fund for Jeff Bezos' space firm. Emily Wilder's firing is no surprise, AP has always been right-wing. Congress misses symbolic deadline for police reform. Oracle boasted that its software was used against U.S. protesters, then it took the tech to China. Israeli police round up Palestinian protesters out of global spotlight. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Wednesday, May 26, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Hacking and loss of driving skills are major consumer concerns for self-driving cars. Skeletal muscle loss exacerbated by diabetes improved with oligo-DNA. Higher incidence of carpal tunnel syndrome after bilateral oophorectomy. Measuring opioid-related mortality in Canada during COVID-19 pandemic. Dinosaur age fossils provide new insights into origin of flowering plants. Even among the insured, Quest may delay follow-up care for cancer survivors. Head and neck cancer cells hijack nearby healthy tissue, promoting further invasion of cancer cells. Ultra-sensitive blood test detects viral protein, confirms vaccine activates robust immune response. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. White Sox rename seating area after Tony La Russa in place of esteemed concessions worker. Sky file complaint with the WNBA after white official uses racist term toward coach James Wade. Biden asks U.S. intel community to investigate COVID-19 origin. Divided city council okays expansion of Jefferson Park marijuana dispensary. Friends reunion a pleasant nostalgia trip with some unfortunate pivots. New wolf killing laws trigger push to revive U.S. protections. Michael Kopech, Adam Eaton exit with sore hamstrings in White Sox 4-0 loss to Cardinals. Washington will host first sports book at major pro sports venue. Driver of Porsche dies after striking 5 cars in Wrigleyville. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Wednesday, May 26, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Turner and Hidalgo blast George P. Bush for withholding Harvey relief funds. Texas lawmakers approve permit-free handgun bill after Abbott demands they get it to his desk. Is the grass really much greener for Deshaun Watson somewhere else? Houston Concert Watch 5/26, Dwight Yoakam, Nathan Quick and more. If they prove Biden cheated, he'd still be president. Astros facing key stretch at difficult moment. These Houston restaurants are offering brunch, burgers and deals this Memorial Day weekend. Houston Symphony's Find Your Dream concert spotlights Rodgers and Hammerstein. Opinion: you cannot explain abortion to conservatives. Evolving together, say girls say lets their hair down. The next headlines are about world records making news. Texas agent Ben Caballero breaks world record with $2.46 billion sales volume, Houston Agent magazine. Temperance man breaks 5th Guinness World Record 13 ABC Action News. Check out the world's largest Winnie the Pooh collection, Spectrum News 1. Orlando personal injury attorney Jeffrey Kaufman wins Guinness World Record, Digital Journal. Rizky Juniansaya, 73 kg, sets 3 new junior world records at 2021 IWF Junior World Championships, Barbend. Destin High School reveals world record statue, new athletic director, WKRG News 5. Clapham Junction fundraiser aims to break world record for burpees, London News Online. Japanese M94X400 team smashes world record by 4 minutes with 8 hours, 49 minutes, and 1 second relay, Canadian Running Magazine. Tottenham to demand world record 200 Harry Kane transfer fee as Daniel Levy holds firm against Man City, The Sun. 256,477 candles used to make flaming image for World Earth Day, Guinness World Records. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Aaron Taylor Johnson is Sony's Craven the Hunter. Testing lab asks FDA to recall 78 sunscreens over carcinogen contamination. Hacktivist targets citizen, leaking crime apps scrape data to the dark web. A new Garbage Pail Kids TV show is coming from the team behind Halloween. Potentially illegal construction project could threaten ancient Mexican ruins. A murderer stalks time travelers in this first look at Rob Hart sci-fi thriller The Paradox Hotel. Nichelle Nichols' new NASA documentary is as unflinching as it is romantic. The Indian government wants to break messaging encryption, WhatsApp suing. Amazon 06 Mesh Wi-Fi router now works with Apple HomeKit. Evil Dead 4 starts filming next month for HBO Max. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Fujairah in United Arab Emirates at 118.76 degrees Fahrenheit or 48.2 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at minus 96.16 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 71.2 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Windows 10 21H1 available now, improves document load times. These offline, disk-based games require an online check-in on Xbox Series X. No, it doesn't just crash Safari. Apple has yet to fix exploitable flaw. ARM's Cortex X2-based CPUs are 30% faster and more efficient. Russia tried to spread dangerous lies about Pfizer vaccine, France suspects. Apple TV 4K gets 8 out of 10 repairability score in iFixit's latest teardown. J.J. Abrams' lack of plan in Star Wars' latest trilogy was a critical flaw. Falcon 9 completes its 100th successful flight in a row, updated. Amazon to buy MGM for $8 billion in major boost to Prime Video library. Dutch court orders Shell Oil Company to cut carbon emissions 45% by 2030. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Dogs sniff out explosives at scene of San Jose mass shooting. Tennessee anti-vaxxers are arrested after deliberately plowing car through vaccination site. Judge pauses bid by right-wingers linked to Proud Boys who say GOP is discriminating against them. Furious California governor loses it after latest mass shooting. What the hell is wrong with us? There's an epidemic of child suicide in Colorado, Children's Hospital. Alan Dershowitz sues Netflix over their documentary of Jeffrey Epstein. Legal expert explains why Americans have a right to know if Bill Barr used his office to shield Trump. The Pentagon is concerned that Havana syndrome is now happening to more American soldiers. Watch, Fox News Peter Doocy gets expertly smacked down by Deputy Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. Fox News guest, mass shooters are people who probably got vaccinated. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Rinse and repeat, Gavin Newsom laments America's mass shooting epidemic. Activist shareholders deal a blow to top oil firms. Elizabeth Warren hammers J.P. Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon on pandemic fees. The obscure public health law Trump wielded against migrants is still ruining lives. Democratic senators who support the filibuster beg Republicans not to filibuster. Right-wing doctors are soon to block COVID vaccine for kids. An incarcerated artist memorializes the forgotten people killed by COVID in prison. Marjorie Taylor Greene keeps comparing COVID rules to Nazi Germany. An assassination in Myanmar, and preparing for a civil war. Limiting qualified immunity for cops was a bipartisan issue after George Floyd's murder. What happened? The next items are today's top search results for Bigfoot. 15 best TV shows of 2021 so far, Mayor of Easttown, Hacks, Los Angeles Times. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. What's out there? Pittwire University of Pittsburgh, UPJ Athletics. Chorus Entertainment announces 35 green lights and renewals for its iconic portfolio of specialty networks, Canada Newswire. Radio signal, worms, mushrooms, 5 unproven claims that might point to the existence of alien life, First Post. Alien autopsy NFT drop, authenticated by the CIA, reserve $1 million, Globe Newswire. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Central Pathological Mechanisms of Chronic Low Back Pain JPR, Dove Medical Press. Alzheimer's Deficits in Neurogenesis and Memory lessened by Small Molecule, Genetic Engineering and Biotechnology News. 9 hallucinogenic psychedelic analogs could be game changers for neuropsychiatry, technology networks. Obesity paradox challenged, weight gain does not protect cognition, Medscape. 4 best brain supplements in 2021, nootropics for brain health and focus, Dallas Observer. What happens to your body when you eat healthy every day? Eat this, not that, eat this, not that. Could the spirit molecule be a treatment option for stroke, the growth op? The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Humans could live up to 150 years, new research suggests, Scientific American. The maximum human lifespan is 150 years, new research estimates, Scientific American. Clearing cellular deadwood in the pipeline, Science magazine. Breaking the limit of human longevity is closer than ever, Explica.co, Explica. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Wednesday, May 26, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. FMR Director of AATIP, Luis Elizondo is cynical about upcoming UFO report video. Navy UFO videos debunked. The mainstream media's lonely UFO blog is dead, long live life in Jonestown. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Wednesday, May 26, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News.8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News.8. All rights reserved.